Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. We're a little bit late, but it's time to do our overview for Scorpio season, October 23rd through November 22nd. Now, you know that when I'm doing the long readings, which is what I call this, I'm using a boatload of decks. I am using my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, main message, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards to kind of clarify, Osha Zen Tarot for words of advice. We come back to my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards, and then we do pull one from my Radley Valentine Guardian Angels. At the end of it all, we look to see with my Emily Anderson crystal deck what crystal might be helpful for you. Now, remember that I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, and I am an intuitive channeler, so take what you like, leave the rest. My job is just to open myself to higher power and let it flow. Scorpio season, I did do an overview. So please take a look at that. It's very interesting, the dates, the energies, lots of interesting energy. I also have my notes posted on my website, www.divinedestinywithdebbie.com. So please take a look at that also. Also, too, remember, like, share, subscribe, click on those buttons. Click on the bell for notifications. I do hear from people saying that they haven't been getting notifications, so unclick the bell, click it again. Okay? Okay. Now, anything that is reversed is stronger energy, so just know that. I also tell you to write down the numbers. The numbers have a lot of power and a lot of messages. You can go onto your search browser and put the numbers in and put angel messages or angel words, numbers. Click click the enter button and see what pops up. Okay? Okay. So pretty much that's all our housekeeping. So let's go on and let's start our readings. Hello, my Cancers. How are you? Well, we are now in Scorpio season. Lots of different energies going on, but you know what? We still live our lives and we can still take time to enjoy. Okay? Okay. Let's see what we have here for my wonderful, sweet Cancers. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. Okay, reversed card, Page of Fire. Okay, now Page's underlying energy is our earth energy. It's our Capricorn and Taurus, lots of stuff going on with that, Taurus full moon. I hope you can, like I said, I hope you watch the overview. But it's also Virgo energy, which is all about home. And, so there's this really strong connected to what's material, what's needed in life energy here. Now, fire is our Aries and our Sagittarius, which are strong Aries and Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius, at least in the beginning of Scorpio season, it's also Leo energy. So it's very, fiery. It's very, passionate. It's very, let's go after something. Something lights your fire. Something gets you excited. Now the page in itself wants to try new things. So now that we have this fire energy, the page is like, I can try this. Let's do this. Oh my gosh, let's do this opportunity too. So this is you going after some of your dreams. This is also your dreams coming back to you. And there's some things about, it's kind of like, I'm also getting this reclaiming childhood type of dreams. Things that you wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to travel. Maybe you wanted to just have a little bit more freedom. I just feel like these opportunities are there for you in Scorpio season, which is really interesting because Scorpio season is going to be a very intense type of energy, but it's like all of this is energizing you and just having you look at all the possibilities out there. But it's not just you looking at the possibilities, it's the possibilities coming to you also. So it's kind of like you have these it's like you have these choices. You have these opportunities to pick and choose what it is you want to do. It's like you can kind of say, oh, what do I want to do? What do I want to be when I grow up? And it's like, it doesn't matter if you are my age, if you're 65 or older, it's still, these opportunities are all out there. And it's like they're there, and they're ready for you to choose. Okay? Okay. Anyway, outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. You can make things happen this season. Next card. The King of Air. Now, so here we have, you can make things happen. The King of Air is saying yes, but choose wisely. King's underlying energy is air. This is air, air. Libra and Aquarius, very strong this time around still. And we also have Gemini, thought processes, making some plans, thinking things through, hearing news. But this is being brilliant. This is shining. I get a very strong diamond, like, shining like the diamond type of energy. So not only are these opportunities for you to pick and choose, you're going to do what's right and what's wise. So it's kind of like the ball is in your court now, okay? I feel like the ball is in your court, and the world is out there for you to embrace, and for the world to embrace you too. Anyway. Brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. Your last card here, Three of Air. Now, the Three of Air is that heart with the swords. It's the Three of Swords. Many people are like, oh, let that, oh, no, we don't like that one. This is, though, healing. The Three of Air, I look at this. Now, sometimes I can feel the down energy about it, or the kind of like, oh, this, you need to kind of let go of stuff. And the Three of Air has letting go energy to it. But the Three of Air is also, it's time to heal. It's time to heal. It's time to let go. Again, remember, full moon to new moon, waning, release, get rid of. New moon to full moon is when you kind of, come on, baby, let's do this. But the Three of Air is now, it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to, just to, take some deep breaths. But it's also time for you to move on. It's time for you to move on. So, great sadness. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. And forgiving, forgiving others, it's a great way for you to heal, because they either don't know or they don't care. And, and if you can forgive them, oh, it drives them crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So let's see what John Holland, not to say we want to do that, but I do get a perverse pleasure. Okay, let's see what we have here now. One, because, what did they say is, something about, the best revenge is to be as successful as you can be with whatever makes you happy. Okay, let's see what we have here for my Cancers. First card. Okay, so now we have a 2. So here we have some numbers. We have the 3, we have the 2. The 2 is your high priest. The 2 is connecting, choices, this way, that way. The intuition is your high priestess. And this is, during this water energy with this new moon in Scorpio, the full moon, this is a time that you will be highly intuitive, because we also have the very thinning of the veil between the natural and the supernatural too. This is a time for you to benefit and utilize your intuition. Because my moon babies, you're my moon babies, the moon talks to you. The moon sends you, and I'm not saying the moon itself, I'm saying the divine energies, whoever that is to you, sends you messages. Be accepting. Accept them, okay? As long as they're not telling you to hurt anyone, it's all good. It's all good. Next card. So now we have a 2, 3. So, and this is about recognition and reward. I told you about that with this. This is confirming that page of fire, the opportunities. You can now pick and choose your opportunities. You'll be very, very smart about it. Things also, too, I do feel that if there's been if you've been maligned in the past, if you've been the villain in the show, I do feel that recognition, I do think that there's going to be a little bit of a reversal to that. Haters are always going to hate, but I do feel like there's a lot of truth coming out for you too. And you have taken the high ground, and that will be recognized. Next card. So now we have a 2, 3, 4. So we have order here. 4 has stability. 4 has leadership. 4 has organization to it also. This is about your heart chakra. Now it's interesting that it's on the card that I say is the healing, because this is about your emotional energy. Now, when I'm working with Reiki and I'm working with chakras, there's a lot of times that, these can be out of balance. And so there can be a lot of healing that needs to be done. But at the same time, when I'm working on balancing these, the energies, I'm working on balancing them all together. Now, sometimes the heart chakra can be a little bit too slow. And with that, then there's a kind of a coldness, a reticence. There's kind of being emotionally hesitant, emotionally hot. I'm not going to go that way. But sometimes it can be a little bit too fast, and that's when you're jumping into everything. You want that relationship, where it's kind of like, where do I want to go with this? It's just that, why doesn't he call? Why aren't I dating? Why? But when it's in a nice rotation, there is that balance. There is healing. Again, the 3 of air and the 4, the heart chakra, is talking about that healing, okay? So there could be some healing that needs to happen, or it could be that you are coming into that point of healing, and now it's time to be heart whole, but again, too, you don't want to necessarily, when you feel yourself being a little bit needy, know that your heart chakra is running a little bit fast, okay? So we need to slow it down a little bit. Okay. Who needed that one? Anyway, let's see. And Reiki is a wonderful way to do that. Reiki is a wonderful way to balance your chakras. Okay, let's see what words of advice we have with my Osha Zen Tarot cards for my Cancers. Here we go. Okay. One, 2, and 3. I don't think any of these are reversed, but let's see if they are. First card is compromise. So now we have a 6. 6 is, okay, so words of advice. 6 is the number of man. It's the energy you put into something, okay? So this is compromise. Now sometimes compromise can be a good thing. Sometimes compromise, when I see this card, it's kind of a little like, maybe you need to stand up for yourself a little bit more. There's some cards that, the words themselves, well, that's a good word, compromise, but then this card gives me the creeps. This card tells me, no. You might want to watch out for what people are saying is a compromise, because sometimes a compromise is not necessarily a compromise. It's just saying, oh, okay, I'm just going to be doing it your way. Because sometimes a compromise, when somebody tries to compromise, or somebody is saying they're compromising, they're not necessarily compromising. They're just saying, I want you to agree to me. I want you to agree to do it my way. So, go back to that King of Air, think through it a little bit, and go back to that intuition. If it doesn't feel right, it's not truly compromising. And you may be doing all of the compromising, okay? Anyway, next card, the outsider. So now that's the 5. So we have a 6 and a 5. So we have a 2, 3, 4. Now we have a 6 and a 5. So sometimes this is, this little guy, this little one is looking into something and saying, oh, I want to be in there. I want to be in there, but I can't. The thing is, though, and maybe the little one's too young. Maybe you can't really realize this. The thing is, the lock isn't locked. All this one has to do is untangle the lock. So there is some things that it's saying is don't take things at face value. I kind of go along with these two. don't take things at face value, my Cancers. So somebody's telling you, oh, you need to compromise. Don't take it at face value, because there's something that's kind of not right with this. Okay? Okay, let's go on. Next card. The source. The source. So now we don't have a number with that, but the source is connect. Connect with your higher power. Connect with the source, the universe. Who is that for you? Meditate, pray, however that is. Connect, connect, connect. Go back to your intuition. Things are going to be better for you than you actually think. I kind of feel like these are kind of warning cards, kind of making you watch out a little bit more. Watch out if somebody wants you to compromise, because I feel like you're the one. It's not even a compromise. It's kind of like, sure, fine, here, let me just give you everything. Let me just give you everything. And that's the compromise that whoever would say, yeah, that was a good compromise. No, no. And don't necessarily feel that you cannot stand up for yourself. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go on to here. But remember, connect with source. Intuition, source. Okay, let's go on here. Now, okay, had to pause that a moment. Still, my throat's still a little scratchy with things. Let's go on now and see. Okay, 4 of Ariel. Okay, now the 4 again, we have that 4 energy, which we talked about. Ariel is our earth energy. It is our Capricorn, it is our Virgo, it's our Taurus. Capricorn and Taurus has a lot of stuff going on right now. But, so again, stability, leadership. It's also, I kind of feel an integrity with this too. The 4 of Ariel is about, when you give, you receive. And again, so there is this give and take type of thing. But again, I really, watch out that, giving and receiving is not the same as compromising. Or it's not the same as this icky energy that I'm getting here. Okay? But there is a little bit of watching your money. There is a little bit of, maybe there's some negotiations if you're up for a job or a raise. So there is a little bit of negotiations. Somebody might say, well, we want to give you X amount of dollars. You can definitely say, I would love the job. I really love the job. I love the idea of working for you. I'm looking for this amount of money. Okay? It doesn't mean that you don't put yourself in the corner where you're saying, no, don't be hardline that it says, oh, I'm only going to take that. No, I want to work for you. I love the idea of working for you. This was the money I was thinking of that I needed. Now, they may come back and say, okay, and they might say no, but again, if you don't ask, your answer is always a no. So, when you give, you also receive, being resistant to change, extremes in how you save or spend money. So now being resistant to change, so that is one little thing that, if we're talking about some compromises, is it, what is the thing is, you might win the battle, but you lost the war. So be smart about about what you give and take with. Okay, let's go on here. Okay, next 2 cards. 7 of Ariel. So now we have 7. I love 7. It's the divine number. It's the divine intervention. Again, Ariel. This has a lot of, you've invested wisely. Things are working out. Your plans are working out well. Again, this kind of goes back to this Page of Fire. It goes back to this King of Air energy. So the 7 of Ariel, though, is telling you just keep on track. Okay? Don't make any real big swings either way. Stay focused. Stay on track. So you have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. Your last card here is the 2 of Michael. So now we have Michael. We have that 2 again. We have Michael, which is air energy. And sometimes this is telling you to get out of your head a little bit more, okay? This is saying, you're thinking too much. Now, granted, that King of Air is telling you to think, but also, too, intuition and the source is telling you to also have that balance, to connect with that supernatural and not just your natural. So this, the two of Michael is saying, you're thinking too much about things. You know, you're waking yourself up in the middle of the night. You're not getting yourself enough sleep. Stop trying to figure it out. Things will happen. The source is already telling you that, you know, higher power has this. Things will work out the way they need to work out, and they will work out well for you, my Cancers. Anyway, this also talks about decisions. So it will all be better if you just make a decision over analyzing a problem. Again, that find a compromise. Oh my gosh. You know, but make it a compromise that you can live with. Okay? Make it, it's not that you give in. Remember, that's not compromising. So don't be bullied. You know, you can find a compromise without having to, you know, give up everything. Okay? So let's go on here. We're going to pull one. Because, you know, your overview of everything is just lovely. It's just so lovely. Anyway, this one, Guardian Angel, is reversed. The Messenger of Action. And I do believe that this is actually the Page of Fire. So let's see. Something new and exciting related to creativity or your career comes to your attention. You feel an eagerness to learn and you're ready to get going. Although you may feel insecure, do it anyway. This card represents someone in your life, or maybe you, who is creative, enthusiastic, and fascinated by life and who wants to try everything. That's the overlying thing about it. And maybe even that compromise is you trying to talk yourself out of things. Enjoy life. You know what, my Cancers, you've definitely earned it. You've earned the right. Anyway, let's go on and see what crystal or energy for my Cancers that we have here. That will be helpful for the month. Hold on, let's see. This is reversed. Carnelian. I like carnelian because it's also very good for speaking your piece, speaking what you need. Self-trust, relationship rejuvenation, powers of concentration, healing from abuse. So healing is a good energy. Carnelian is very good for all of that. Okay, there's more too, but anyway, my Cancers, please remember, like, share, subscribe, click on the button, click on the bell, notifications, and if you're not getting notifications, unclick, click again. Okay? Okay. Most importantly, my Cancers, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.